you've been looking for a great option, single family home to get into while still having great schools and a relatively affordable price point, then I have a great option for you today. This is going to be Cannon Manor by Century Communities. This is going to be located in a prime spot in Kannapolis, just north of Charlotte, nestled in between 77 and 85. You're going to want to stick around for this. Hey, and welcome back. So again, like I mentioned, today we're going to be discussing Cannon Manor by Century Communities. And as mentioned, this is going to be in that Kannapolis area, but this is in a nice little sweet spot. This is located in Kannapolis, but it's right on that border of Kannapolis, Concord, and Davidson area. So you're going to be nestled right in between 77 and 85, and that's going to get you just a sweet little drive of 15 minutes to get to downtown Kannapolis. And if you're not familiar with downtown Kannapolis, there are so many things to do out that way. People love the atmosphere and things to do. Nice restaurants, a social district to where you can grab a beer at the brewery, walk around all the strip mall feel settings in that area is really, really cool. The environment down there. They have bowling. They have a park that you can walk through, a baseball field that you can walk through that is for a single A team, the Kannapolis Cannonballers. So that is a major plus, being only 15 minutes away from there. A lot of people are driving to be within that area, as well as only being 10 minutes to the Target and Interstate 85 area. So that's going to get that Target region is going to be Afton Village. There's a lot of stuff to do over there as well, as far as commercially and shopping and all that good stuff. But let me actually pop you into the map real quick, because I think rather than me speaking about it, it'll be good for me to show you around a little bit more. So this is going to be where Cannon Manor is. As I was talking to you earlier about, this is going to be located just on in between Interstate 77 and 85. So you're going to be just north, literally north of uptown Charlotte area. So you can see right here, you got Interstate 485 giving you that loop around the uptown Charlotte area, Interstate 77 on the west side, and then Interstate 85 on that east side right there. So we're going to be just off of Highway 73 right here, and Highway 3 going up here. That'll drop you off right into Mooresville. But as I was mentioning to you before, there is a lot of stuff to do over in just a 10-minute drive in either which direction. So like I was mentioning to you before, I'm gonna pop it into satellite view because it can be a little bit easier to see sometimes. But you can zoom in right here. You're only going to be that 10-minute drive to that Target area, which is right here. This is going to be called Afton Village. If you're not familiar with it and you're in the area checking out some of these communities, I would strongly recommend going by this area to check it out. Nice restaurants over here. Afton Tavern that we have gone to a good bit, 44 Mills Kitchen and Tap, so you get more tapas, appetizers, and higher end dining. But really nice stuff out this way that I think you would be spending a lot of your time. But then also you can see that downtown Kannapolis area is going to be right over here, Village Park, and a ton of great things to do out that way. But the great thing about it is, again, you're nestled in between 85 and 77, and you have even more higher end shopping and things to do over in this Burkdale Village area over here. So a lot of your commuting is going to be hopping on the 73, really nice, easy commute, straight shot into either which way you want to go and spend a lot of your time. But the commute times to Charlotte, you would hop on either 85 or 77, most likely taking 85, and that'll be into uptown Charlotte if you're doing work or you want to go watch some Panthers games. That's going to be about a 35 to 40 minute drive, as well as to the airport, depending on traffic as well. But this community, Cannon Manor, is currently zoned for Northwest Cabarrus Middle and High, as well as Odell Elementary, which is a major plus for this community. That's going to be driving a lot of traffic to this neighborhood and pumping up a lot of those sales. If schools are a big factor for you, that Odell Elementary, again, is going to be a major plus. But what I would recommend doing is I have all these links in the description below for you, where you can go check out greatschools.org, and you can figure out what the major factors are for you in regard to a school rating. There's a lot of different factors that go into how they get their scores, and I would love for you guys to go check that out and get your own better understanding on things. And if this is your first time to the channel, my name is Will Simoneaux, and I'm a new construction expert with Dreamline Realty. Welcome to the channel. So if you found our channel, you found this video, you most likely are looking for some new construction in the area. That is exactly what I do for you here. I strongly recommend to hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to be covering all the builders, neighborhoods, and floor plans in this greater Charlotte area. I've already have a log of a lot of communities in the region. I'm very familiar with all these builders and all the sales reps out there, so I would love to give you as much information as you need to be aware of all these options that are out there. But speaking of all the options out there, let's talk about this specific little niche of the area right now. So Cannon Manor, as I was mentioning to you before, is right in that little central hub in between 85 and 77. There are some other options out there. It's very comparable to Adair Woods. So I'm gonna zoom in real quick for you right here. Adair Woods is a neighborhood that was sold by D.R. Horton that sold out, or it's nearly sold out, and sold very, very quickly over in this area. So you can see that little dirt patch right there is Adair Woods. So if you haven't checked out that video, you can go check that out here, and that'll give you an idea on what to expect. It's going to be somewhat comparable to that, but there's also a new construction neighborhood coming soon right here. This is going to be Emerson Glen by MI Homes. So this is another neighborhood. You can see Century Communities, Cannon Manor is right here. Emerson Glen is going to be right here. Cannon Manor is way more ahead of the game right now. Emerson Glen, they don't even have a model home or anything like that right now. They're still getting lots developed, but I would say by the middle of 2025, they're going to start getting some stuff sold, if not by springtime. So if you want to be aware of all the different options that are out there, I would strongly recommend, like I said before, hit that subscribe button. We have all the resources here for you, and we do all the legwork to make sure that you're aware of all the options like Emerson Glen before you were to pursue your next large investment. And speaking of, this next purchase that you're contemplating, this is again a large investment. So like I said, I want to make sure I give you all the information you need to make sure that you're making a wise decision and aware of all the different options that are out there before you do make that decision. But I'm very organized. I have a process laid out for all the clients just like you that are getting started to be familiar with all the different options that are out there. I have a log of all the different communities in this greater Charlotte area of neighborhoods that I have done videos on. So I have this log that I always reference. I refer to it as my Bible. Whenever I'm working with clients, I always reference this to make sure that we leave no stone left unturned, because I want you to be aware of all those different communities that may appeal to you. And then what I love to do is, go in the description below. We love to hear and put a face to a name by doing some Zoom calls. And if this seems like something you're really trying to pursue, or you really want to know more information on all those options that are out there, like I said, in the description below, we have a link for a Zoom call where we'd love to put a face to a name and hear more about your situation. And then from there, I'm able to gauge what exactly you're looking for based on the different criteria and what is going to best suit you and your needs. And from there, I'm able to go to work for you, referencing this Bible for me, putting this into a list. Now, this list looks like a lot here, but it's a lot better than looking at 200 plus neighborhoods that are currently out there. So I'd love to be able to narrow this list, that 200 something list, down to something like this based off your specific criteria, and provide this to you. That way you have a roadmap of all the options that are out there that are worth you looking at, and give you as much detailed information as possible. Because a lot of times these new construction neighborhoods, they sell so quickly, they don't even put their information on the MLS or the general listings that you might see on Zillow or Realtor.com. So with that being said, we need to get you to a point where you're familiar with all the different communities and neighborhoods and builders. And that way, we can do the heavy lifting up front, and you can become familiar with these communities, and I can get you in touch with the sales rep. And if there is any new inventory or new lots that are going to be released, you can be the first one of the people to snatch up those lots, because again, it moves very quickly. So have nothing but great feedback about that. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely reach out to us and schedule a Zoom call. We'd love to put a face to a name. And if you can't snag that QR code, go in the description below. We have that resource and a ton of other resources in there for you. One being our new construction reports as well. So we do have these new construction reports that we've created for our clients to become very well informed on all the new active inventory for new construction that's hitting the market. Because again, new construction sells very quickly, and it's good to be aware of all the options and pricing that are out there. So if you want to know about all the new inventory hitting the market, go in that description below, fill out that custom form based on your county, city, zip code, whatever you're looking for, single family townhomes, and we can get you set up so you're aware of all the new inventory hitting the market. But I've done a lot of talking here, but let me give you a little bit more information about the community itself, Cannon Manor, because that's what you're here for, right? This is a single family community that will offer 5 different ranch and 2-story single family floor plans with square footage ranging from 1,800 to 2,700 square foot. Now, all these plans will include 3 beds and 3 baths, and the all-in pricing in the community itself is going to be starting from the low to the high 500,000s. Now, what I would say to do, you could be watching this video 2-3 years from now, The pricing is always changing in the never-ending world of new construction. You know, generally the prices increase as they sell through the neighborhood. But you maybe even are watching this video, 5 years down the road and they've already finished sales. But I have a resource in the description below where I've created a link so you can check out all the current and active inventory, so you can be aware of all the current and active inventory and pricing for whenever you're watching this video. So there are 5 quick move-in homes currently as I'm shooting this video today. So I would definitely go check out that resource if you like what you see in this video right now, so that way you can see if any of those options appeal to you or to see the current pricing out there. Now, the community itself, Cannon Manor, is going to have an HOA fee of $232 a quarter. That covers your general neighborhood upkeep. Now, the availability in this neighborhood, this is a smaller, more tight-knit community of only 64 total lots. There's 5 that have already sold since they just recently opened up in the middle of December, so not that long, and they have a decent amount of sales. But with that in mind, they do have a decent amount of quick move-in homes and inventory that you can go check out in that description below. So if you have any questions on this one in particular, definitely reach out to me. I would be more than happy to point you in the right direction or give you whatever information you need to make a well-informed decision. But I hope this information was helpful for you. If it was, definitely hit that like button. That helps me out a ton in putting out content just like this for people like you trying to become aware of all these communities. But what I want to do for you now is quit talking and let you get an idea on what to expect in Cannon Manor by Century Communities.